Hello everybody, my name is Vladimir, and I will be showing you a tutorial today on how to make a great intro to a horror movie. Okay, first, this is on Mac only. First, open up the application. If you're on a Mac, open up the application iMovie right here. Okay, as you can see, it's already open. Now, simply go to New Project or Command N. Title your project, whatever the title you want to be. And select 16 by 9. You can either do a standard, which is 4 by 3, which is probably pretty weird looking. So just go to widescreen, because that's normal. 16 by 9 is your normal screen. And then click create. Okay. So it should appear over here. Click on it, and it should open up this little window thing. Now here's your viewing window. Then you're going to want to go to import. Well, first you have to film the movie, and then click import from camera, import movie HD, or just import movies. I'm going to click import from camera. Oh, whoops, hang on, sorry. Okay, just plug in your USB or your camera, and it should automatically pop up a window. I will demonstrate now. I'm going to plug in my card reader. Once you have to do it while iMovie's open. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it should say camera detected, scanning contents right here. And yeah. Oh, and don't let hang on, it's gonna open up this. iPhoto always opens. Okay. So then you're gonna want to go and it's gonna open up this little import thing. Simply go to the ones you want to select. So let's say I want this one. Or you can just just click import all if you want to. Okay, since I already imported those, I'm gonna, okay, and they should import right into your event, right down here in this window, right here. So once those import, it should take a couple minutes if they're HD videos. You can now take them and simply select parts. You can look through them, and they'll appear up on this window right here. Just look through them and find which parts you want, and all you have to do is click and drag. So let's say I want that. I'll drag it up into this window, and it should appear there. Now, once it's in here, this is your project window right here. So then you can click spacebar and it'll play. So anyway, let's say I wanted that as, oh, I got too much. So you click and drag the part you don't want, and then click delete, and it should go away. Much better. Still too much. So do the same thing, click and drag, and delete. It'll delete whatever's in the yellow box. Now, I'm going to want this part. This is just a short movie I made, a couple scenes that I filmed yesterday with my friend, and we're just going to use them as a demonstration. Okay, for some reason my toolbar down here is freaking out. So, okay, so now I want, let's say, that looks good. Let's take that small part, drag it in between them. You can drag it wherever you want it to. Those little green bar that appears, and that's where you put it. Okay, we can watch it. It's a little skippy for some reason. Now, I don't really want volume in this video, so I'm going to take the volume and click on that little volume icon right there. It's a little hard to see. It's right there. Looks like a little volume. You can click that and then go to volume right here. This little window should pop up, and you drag it to 0. And you can do the same with the other ones. If you want full sound, you can adjust that as you want. Okay. Good. Now, every time you, even if you don't highlight them, there should be this little no sound icon right there, and there, and there. Okay. Now, so let's say I want that part there, so I can drag. Same thing. That little green bar appears, and that's where it's showing where it's dragged. And oh, if you don't like the clip you just highlighted, just click somewhere else. Now let's get a close-up of his face. And then we'll get a scene of him running away. Stop freaking out. Where's that scene? Right. Throwing off his chains. And we'll get that little wisp of smoke after. And there we go. Okay, now that you have all these scenes, if you want to add some transitions, I really don't like transitions, but you do. You go over to this little toolbar over here, and you click on this little X inside of a box. Click on it, which means transitions. And these things should open up, and you can look at the little previews. Just scroll over them. I'm going to add this one at the end, because it just looks cool at the end. Yeah, there's other ones like page curl and things, just some weird ones. I usually choose the simplest ones because they tend not to distract the audience from what they're actually watching. So the simplest ones are probably cross dissolve, fade through black, fade through white are the closest ones. The other ones are sort of distracting and take away from the movie more than they add. Okay, so now that we've had that, I'll delete this sound here. And I will again drag the sound off. For all the clips. And once we do that, we'll click done. And then, okay. So now that we have all these clips done, we can now add a voiceover if you feel like it. I've pre-recorded a voiceover. You can use GarageBand if you want. You just have to make sure your timing's down. And then, so I called it this. And you drag it to where you want it to start, which is right there. And it adds it right in. So once we have that, then we can add a background. You want some sort of background music to make it sort of enhances the feeling of horror. You can find lots of them on YouTube, download them. But the best way to do them is to get it off of a royalty-free site because they don't have to worry about copywriting. That's right. Where is it? Okay. So I'll drag that in. And don't drag it. It's going to want to do that. and don't let it cover the entire song, because then it's going to loop over and over and over again. And if you don't want it to do that, don't do it. Drag it to the beginning of the clip along with that, and it should pop up as one of those down drop arrows. And there you go. You've added sound now. And we'll hear that now. 1 second.
Many years I've sat here dreaming of reading free. But I'm sure welcome to hell.
And there you go.
Many years I've
And that's how you add their sound. Now it looks much better already. I'm actually going to add a few more transitions. We'll do some cross dissolve in between this right here. Yeah. Okay. And we'll do a fade through black. There. 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 And there. Okay. Now, if you want to add a title, you can go over here to the T right here in that same control bar with the thing. Click on the T. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. You can choose any of these titles. Don't worry, the picture won't show up. So I'm going to choose this one right here, lower third. What you do is you drag it. If you want it on a clip, you drag it to the beginning of the clip. If you don't, if you want it before, drag where that green bar appears before the clip. I'm going to drag it onto the first clip right there. And then it should show up over here. You click on the text, and you can type anything you want. And you can add your subtitle. Directed by Webcast Nation. Okay. And you can also change the fonts by clicking on this if you feel like it. So I'll use something weird. Yeah, sure. Perfect. Okay. You can also mess with the size if you feel like it. Okay. Once that's added, it's all good. Click Done over here. Make sure you don't click anything else. Just click Done. Oh, right. VoiceOver. You can also do VoiceOver from here. You click on the microphone. As well as cropping and other things. Now you've got that. This is a great intro. This is not a very long movie. It's only 26 seconds long, but you can add on from there if you want. Please don't steal this video or do anything else with it. And thanks. I hope you enjoyed this.